Hey everybody, and happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in. So for those of you new on YouTube, this is actually my second series. My first series of a 120 World was originally on TikTok, but I've expanded now, and I appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Thank you for the support. So here, jumping into the Create New World screen, this is going to be my 121 World. And I'm showing you this so that if you decide that you want to play this seed or you want to do some similar things or take inspiration from what I'm doing in this world, you have the freedom to do so. I do also play with coordinates turned on, so you can follow along exactly where I'm going as well if you want to. So the seed is 124, and I do play with coordinates turned on, like I mentioned before. And I'm also going to play with a day counter, so it's easier to kind of keep track of how much time I'm spending and, you know, just ensuring that my videos are contiguous. Anyway, we're loading up the world now. And here is spawn. And a pretty average looking spawn, honestly. Taking a look around, and now I have glanced at this one on chunk base a little bit. I haven't studied it in depth, so I don't really fully know where everything's at. So I am going to be kind of exploring on my own. So anyway, looking over here, and I think I want to go this direction. No, sorry. I think I want to go that direction toward the ocean and see what I can find. Okay, and obviously, first things first, got to get materials for tools. So I've already been fortunate enough to find iron right here, so I've got to start making pickaxes. So here's a tree. Gonna get some wood for a crafting table. Eventually gonna get some stone, you know, once I've gotten the that first little progression of wood tools to stone tools to then get iron. So if you've never played before, welcome. Excited to see how you all enjoy the game. And in fact, you know, if you are a first-time player, drop a comment. I would love to know. I would really be fascinated to see who's jumping into the game for the first time, because this update is pretty cool. I've already tested out some of the 121 features in one of my old worlds, and it's honestly a fantastically fun time. So I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, I've already used up the wood tool to get stone. Don't need the wood tool anymore. Now I'm using my stone tool to get iron. Okay, so this is a zombie village that I found. So I'm actually going to start kind of gathering some material here. Okay, so I'm going to take the blast furnace so that way I don't have to worry about getting the resources to make one. This is a pretty nice little shortcut. So I'm glad to be having that. Let's see what else we have in this zombie village. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bed here, so I don't have to worry about crafting one. We got a librarian zombie villager up here. I don't want him to attack me, but then I'm also gonna take a look at what's in the chest over here and get started with some food. Potatoes are my favorite, so looking forward to growing those. And we'll get some bread that I can consume for now. And here's some more iron that we can collect, so that way I can eventually get to the point of having some iron tools, like the whole shebang. An iron pickaxe, iron sword, primarily, is what I'm going for. Because I don't necessarily need the iron axe. I can make do with the stone axe for now. Iron axe doesn't necessarily have that much of a leg up on the stone axe. I feel the same way about the shovels, to be honest. So, I always default to stone shovels whenever I'm using those. Okay, so here's another village. I found a blacksmith, and wow, 6 obsidian is a pretty good find, and an iron helmet. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, obviously. I'm going to pop that on. And I'm going to go ahead and take these furnaces as well to conserve the cobblestone that I've picked up so far. Let's see. And behold, in front of me, there's another blacksmith. That's kind of a rarity. So we'll head this way and see what we can find in this guy's chest. And wow, man, look at that. Diamond, iron, and some gold too. This is this is a pretty good village for getting things started out. So yeah, if you're following along on this seed, check the coordinates on my screen and come to this location because you got some pretty good material to start out with. Now I am going to conserve those diamond for a little bit later on, but we'll take these furnaces as well, and then we'll stay the night. So, one of the rare things in Minecraft is finding a ruined nether portal that is almost entirely ready to light. So I'm going to take some of the obsidian that I already have from that other blacksmith in the village. We're going to plop it in place, and I was able to get a flint and steel from the chest here as well, and we're going to go ahead and light the portal. So, let's see, there we go. I've already got that. And boom, I've not even gotten a full set of armor and we can already go to the nether. So again, if you're following along, check the coordinates. You can make some really fast progress in this world if that's your goal. So anyhow, moving along, gonna find a place to settle in and make my base next. All right, so right here in front of me is a pretty unique situation. There's 2 ocean monuments within a couple hundred blocks of each other. And that itself is pretty impressive. But then as I travel toward them, let's see. And I mean, obviously, you may not want to do the ocean monuments. You may not need to do both ocean monuments. I don't know what's in them yet. I've never been in them. But as we get a little bit closer to them, you can see right there on the horizon, this is just starting to generate in, is a mushroom island. So some people love playing on those. I'm not going to make my base there, but I do like having that close by. So over here is where I'm actually going to be making my base. And let's see. It's going to take me just a second to get there, but this is... you can kind of tell from looking at it at a distance, it's kind of a broken up, kind of hollow, like cavernous opening. And this is one of the coolest areas that I've found that's just straight away, like ready to go base friendly. So obviously I've got some lighting up and some mob clearing that I need to do. And that's going to take some work. Bear with me as I take care of that. But I'm just going to say I'm glad there's no bogged here. Because that would be such a pain. But man, I'm glad that I'm able to take care of this. And hey, you know, the skeletons are helping me out with that zombie. So boom. Now, golly, these guys are almost taking me out. That's not so much fun. But there we go. I'm going to throw down a torch here. And then gonna make sure the rest of the area is kind of lit up so that way I can sleep safely, moderately safely anyway, without having to worry too much about it. But anyhow, let's see, I will have to get back up this way, and this is not the smartest decision I've made. There's another skeleton, lovely. But gonna jump back up here, throw down a bed, and fast forward to morning. And once the sun rises, we'll get back to work. Got more torches to put down, more mobs to clear out, and obviously gonna have a lot of building to do here to make this a more habitable, just kind of relaxed area. There's a lot of dangerous spots here, and clearly I haven't done a great job of lighting it up yet because there's so many mobs that are spawning. But hopefully with this many, I'll be able to have some of these guys help me out with each other. Hoping to get them to shoot each other and kill each other so that way I have less work to do. I'll be less endangered of dying. So let's see. Let's see if I can't get a critical hit on this. Yes, there we go. And say that is what I want to translate to the mace whenever I get it. It's going to be a little ways out, but hey, we're shooting high. We're aiming high for this. So, are you all excited about the mace? I know it's a weapon based on all the people that I've watched use it so far, like IBX Toycat. Shout out to him. I love watching his YouTube videos. I highly recommend him. Also, I've watched a few others. I've heard Joel Duggan and Pixel Riffs talk about it on their podcast. I'm really excited about the mace. It is going to take a lot of work to master, but hey, everything, you got to start somewhere. You know, there's a first time for everything. Now, I made a big mistake here. I left myself blind for too long. Nearly got killed by a creeper. So, heads up, don't do what I did. Take from my example, learn without having to endure it the hard way. Anyway, so I'm gonna go on with this, and I know I mentioned Joel Duggan and Pixel Riffs a minute ago. If you've not heard of their podcast, it's called The Spawn Chunks. It's available on YouTube and Spotify, everything else, everywhere else you get podcasts. They just hit their 300th episode a couple weeks ago. These guys are very knowledgeable. They're primarily Java players, but they do have a lot of knowledge about Minecraft, about the workings of it, and they keep up with the updates and everything as well. So they are a high recommendation from me if you're looking for entertaining and helpful resources for Minecraft information. But like I was saying, the mace is a new weapon that takes a lot of skill to use. I've not really tried to do much with it. I did test it just a tiny bit in creative, a little bit. It is actually very challenging to land hits on, but one of those things is practice that I know I'll get better at it. I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, we're almost ready to start building the base out. Goodness gracious, that's such a big cavern. But I am so excited for this. I'm really psyched for this base. It's going to be cool. I like the location, close to the mushroom biome, and with a couple of ocean monuments nearby. And there's got to be trial chambers around here somewhere. In fact, based on the information that I've seen and heard, there's trial chambers much more frequently than I initially was led to believe. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Anyway, this is going to be my home for 121 at this world, and I look forward to doing more content for you guys. Thank you for following me, and I hope that you all will have a fantastic week. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks.